Yeah, guys, this is gonna be the last video I'm gonna post. So yeah, this is my what if Issei was a Super Saiyan. I forgot if I said Saiyan in my other video I made. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna explain how Issei will turn into a Super Saiyan. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna explain. Like you already know how Issei was already revived and went to the barrage when they was trying to save Azia. When Issei saw Azia getting her sacred gear take out of her, like her healing ability, he grabs her and basically Kiba and Konoto tell him to take her away. And he said, "Someday I'll be strong, I promise." Without even knowing, so Issei was ended up putting Ozzy on the bench and said, "Please don't go." And she still says the same lines like, "I'm sorry, I have to leave you like this." She said goodbye. Issei was crying and she said, "Don't leave." And he felt nothing else after that. And then right there, saying, "How cute. A weakling crying over a little girl." Issei was furious. Drake was boosting. And he said, "Shut up." And she said, "Oh, why are you so mad?" And Issei said, "Shut your mouth." Issei was getting madder and mad. She said, "Oh, because I killed that little girl you think you like." Issei was like, "Shut up," and then try to punch her. And then she dodges and throw the light spears at him. Hits his legs, it hurt him. And he said, "Why can't I be strong and strong?" And then Issei was finding what was missing. His Saiyan biology. Well, he doesn't know what is a Saiyan, but he's gonna learn something very soon. And as Issei pulled the light spears out of his legs, he said, "I will never give up no matter what." Drake already changed his gear into the boosted gear instead of the baby gear or something like that, I think. And Issei, and it started boosting, and she said, "No matter how much you boost, it will nothing happen." While this is happening, she hears thunderstorms hitting, sparking, hurting everything. And she said, "What are you gonna do? You can't even save her, so what's the point?" And then she felt this chill down her spine. He said, "Shut your mouth." And Issei was raging. She see his hair turning from brown to yellow over and over. And after Akano and Rias deal with those other guys, they went to see where this power is coming from. After they saved Kiba, they went into a safe thing, and now the Proj see Issei getting mad and seeing his hair change to a different color. He said, "I will make you suffer." And then he keeps getting madder and madder until Issei let out a roar that everybody can hear. Not like everybody in the world, like everybody who's in this church. He let out a roar after Drake said boost so like 50 times. He emerges with a yellow bright light. And he said, "Now I'm gonna end you right there." And she said, "Sure you can." She throws a light spear. Issei he doesn't dodge it. He took that shit head on, and that shit didn't even affect him. He said, "Wow, so weak." And Raiden was getting scared, and he said, "My turn." Issei, she was about to run into like where Rias is, jumped to the window. She saw the barrage was like right there, shocked. After Issei grabbed her head and slammed her to the ground. And he said, "Come on, Rainier. I thought you were supposed to be the best fallen angel, right?" And she said, "Shut your mouth." She threw another light spear at him, Issei. Issei dodged, grabbed her leg, and slammed her to the wall. And keep slamming her around. He said, How you think Ozzy feel when this happens, huh? Getting in pain, everything. Right there thinks back when this happened. She said, I don't know and I don't care. Issei grabbed her throat and slammed her so hard there was a big dent in the floor. I'm sorry. He said, you gotta take it back. She said, never. And then he threw her to the wall where the garage was at. They was scared, but not fully until Issei walked past them. Rhea said, Issei, can you calm? And he said, be quiet right now, please. Rhea is not mad at him, what is happening. So she doesn't regret what he's doing right now, but in this rage, she sees too much rage. After Issei literally let out his final roar, his power was spiking, almost reaching Super Saiyan 2. Almost reaching there, and he powered up a dragon shot. And then it completely envelops her, like death. It was only her. And he got Azia's things back. He said, I did you a favor, Azia. And after that, Issei really passed out because he used too much boost and too much power. We're seeing the reason why Issei was going so wild. He actually did him a favor. Revive Azia as her bishop, I guess. Issei woke up the next day in his house, and what happened? The first one who walked in was Azia. It's like, Issei, you're okay. And she hugged Issei. Issei hugged back like, Azia, you're fine. And after this whole time, Issei doesn't even know his hair turned black. And he's like, he in the mirror, he said, what the hell happened to my hair? And the family explained what, not like what happened. Like she said, you kind of dyed your hair black, and Issei had to like say, oh yeah, now I remember. And went back to the garage, like back to like the club room. Rios asked Issei, what was that form you took? Issei said, I really don't know. I don't remember, actually. I was just built by rage, and then I was boosting, and then after that roar, I didn't feel anything but rage. Rios was respecting this a little bit further. She said, yes, you're free to go. Like, you're free to go. She's thinking it's over, like, what's happening to Issei. Is it like the evil pieces? And then she said, no, none of that happened. And then Issei was walking, and some reason he feel like training. Because my boy wants to train. Inside, he wants to train. And then he started doing mostly training routines. Azia notices and see him doing this like 2 hours straight. Then going for 3 hours, 4 hours, and 5 hours. And she said, Issei, it's time to come in the house. He said, bet. And at the time, Azia moved very early when Issei was like knocked out for like 3 weeks. So yeah. He comes in, he smells the food. Out of all surprise, everybody was eating normally, but when they look at Issei, he was having like 5 or 6 or 7 bowls. And they say, Issei? And he said, yes. How are you eating that much? And he looks at the place he's eating, he's like, don't know. And he's like eating again. Eat and keep eating. And he doesn't stop. Until he's like, I'm done. Too hungry. Then, out of surprising, not even Rios knows about this. When Issei went to sleep, about to go to sleep, and Azia said, Issei, can I sleep with you tonight? I'm kind of scared to be by myself. Issei said, yeah, it's okay, Azia. Because at this time, Issei's not a pervert in this version. Because he's actually kind of popular, but not that much. He doesn't hang with those two perverts, so he hugs Azia when she was sleeping. And then they both fell asleep. And Rios came into his room Like it was like her room, and then she sees them sleeping, and then she tapped Issei and Ozzy like to wake up, and they woke up like, oh, what happened? And they said, look what you're doing, and they look at each other, look in the bed, and then they dump, they jumped to like, oh, I'm sorry, sorry, nothing, sorry, President, and sorry, Ozzy, because Issei really was feeling Ozzy last night, not like weirdly, but like feeling her pain. After that, they went to school again, and this is where I'm gonna leave it off. But y'all are wondering, what is this? There's power, the power of something, right? Something that Issei wants to figure it out. Yeah. After that, Issei was wondering what the power he was using. After that, Issei just trains a lot more. He got perfect ki. He learned about ki for some reason. And like, I have a lot of ki. And he just does his thing. And that's the chapter. Until the next of the Rising fight, I'm gonna make it interesting. So interesting. So y'all better be ready when my phone gets cut back on. So peace.